He reached under the stairs and plucked her out, swinging her through the cool night air and bringing her to rest on his hip. "I have someone I want you to meet." Cat buried her face in his soft shoulder. He carried her into the screened-in porch. The light inside was weak and old-looking and buzzed like the cicadas outside. The man sitting in the plastic chair looked at Cat's father, then at Cat. His eyes moved before his head did. They were very dark, like two holes set into his face. "Cat, this is Finn. He's come to stay with us." Cat didn't say anything, just pulled the firefly jar to her chest and wiggled out of her father's grasp, so she slid down the side of his leg. Finn nodded and then smiled at her. "A child," he said. Cat wanted to run back out into the darkness. "Yes, Finn," said Cat's father. "That's right. My child, my daughter." His enormous hand ruffled Cat's hair. He knelt down beside her and she looked at him. "Why don't you show Finn your light jar?" Cat didn't want to show Finn anything. He unnerved her. In certain ways, Finn resembled the few adults Cat had seen in her short life. His height, his long torso and limbs, the solidity of the features of his face. But otherwise, he was completely different from the boisterous scientists who came over some evenings for dinner parties. His eyes loomed steadily in the buzzing light of the porch. His skin was much too fair, sallow beneath the swath of black hair that flopped across his forehead. She decided he must be a ghost. He was an adult who died. Her father brought him here to study him. This was the only logical explanation. Cat hugged the jar tight against her chest. Finn didn't move, didn't even twitch the muscles in his face. "Don't be rude," her father said gently. "We need to welcome Finn into our home." He straightened up, and Cat took a deep, shaking breath and stepped forward, feet rasping across the porch's painted wooden floor. She held the firefly jar out at arm's length and looked over her shoulder at the porch screen dark with nighttime. When the weight of the jar lifted out of her hands, she scurried back behind her father. "Photurus pennsylvanicus," said Finn, "the woods firefly." Cat's father laughed. "Latin names," he said. "Good to know that scholarly upgrade is working nicely." Finn held the jar up to eye level, but in the light, Cat noticed, the fireflies looked like ugly brown beetles. Cat tugged on her father's sleeve. "It's only outside," she whispered when he glanced down at her. "It's only a light jar outside." She wondered what would happen if Finn stepped beyond the boundaries of the porch, if the yellow light made him visible, if his true nature would cause him to melt back into the shadows. Finn ignored them, turning the jar over in his hands, gazing at it with his peculiar, dispassionate expression. "Oh, of course," said her father. Finn's head jerked up. "Let's go outside. Come along." Finn stood, his narrow body unhinging at the waist. He handed the jar to Cat and smiled, but Cat grabbed the jar and pushed through the door, out into the cool, dampening night. The fireflies glowed again. She could hear them knocking against the glass. "How lovely," said Cat's father. "Lovely," repeated Finn, as though the meaning of the word eluded him. For a moment, Cat stood in the darkness, her back to Finn and her father. She wasn't ready yet to see what Finn had become in the darkness. The surrounding forest rustled and shimmered against the starry sky. The glass from the jar was warm beneath her hands. She wondered if fireflies could protect you from ghosts. Probably not if they were trapped in a jar. Cat bit down on her lower lip, and then she unscrewed the lid and the fireflies streamed out, leaving streaks of light in their wake. Cat dropped the jar to her side. She took a deep breath. She turned around and gasped. Finn had blended into the darkness, just as she predicted, but his eyes, gazing levelly out at the forest, shone as silver as starlight. That night, Cat couldn't sleep. Whenever she closed her eyes, she saw two flat discs